Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to paint a beautiful greeting card which you can use for any occasion. So with the help of pencil we are going to create a outline for a composition, like where you want to keep bigger flowers and where you want to keep smaller flower, so that you can have little idea like how you are gonna paint all these things. So this is something we should do. Ideally, you can start directly from the flowers with the watercolor, but when you do something like this, it is easy for you to understand how this is gonna look like. So I have created two big circle and couple of smaller circle around it. So I need two bigger flowers and couple of flowers are smaller in size. I'm going to paint two or three types of flower. So let's start with the first one. I want to paint some white flowers. So as we are using white sheet, the ideal color for white flowers are gray. So you can make your own gray, or you can simply mix little bit of white and little bit of black together to have something like this. And then you can start creating petals, and you can have different perspective of flowers for sure, but I'm keeping it something very simple. But still, if you need different perspective, one thing you can try is you can keep the size of the petals little bigger and smaller, and you will automatically get little different kind of perspective for all the flowers that you have. So this is something you can do. So this is the first way to paint the white flowers. You can start with the gray color, you can paint, and then you can create the center part of the flower with the help of black color or any other color. Now the second way to paint this one is the easiest way to paint, I guess, which I prefer to paint. You can start with the black color. You can create the center part of the flower first. You can create a bigger dot and then smaller dot around the center part to create some small stem in, and then with the help of clean water and clean brush you can start spreading the color a little bit, and then you will automatically see a light fluffy white kind of color or grayish kind of color to paint some white flowers. So whatever way you like to paint something like this, you can have that kind of flower. Now because we are using white flowers, it is very important to paint other elements around it to pop the white flower better. So anyways, we are going to paint different kind of flowers. So let's start with the blue flower. So for all these smaller circle, I want to keep these simple blue flowers wherein I am adding 5 to 6 petals. So nothing fancy, you just need to create small petals, and you can keep little bit space in the center to create the center part of the flower. And that is how you can paint all the smaller circle that you have. I am using only one color to paint all these flowers, but you can definitely choose different colors for these smaller flowers as well. So I think you understood what needs to be done. So I'm painting all the smaller flowers with light shade of blue, and then we are going to jump into the next step. So take all your time to paint these flowers. Now this is the last circle that I have. Now let's do some more flower. So I'm thinking to add some yellow flowers as well. So for the yellow flower, I'm keeping a group. So you can create couple of flowers bigger in the base, and then as you are moving towards upward direction, you can keep the petal shape little smaller in size, and you can create a string of flower like this. And same thing we need to repeat in between this particular composition. So you can keep couple of them left and right, and then you can end up with one petal at the tip of the particular composition. So just keep adding something like this around your composition. You don't have to copy mine, as you can have your own composition, and I'm not thinking too much around these things. Wherever I feel like I should add, I'm adding these kind of flowers in between. And we are also going to paint more element with green color like leaves and foliages, so you can fill these flowers accordingly. So let's paint couple of more, and then we are going to jump into the leaf. Okay, now I think this much is sufficient. I want to create the center part of the flower with the help of black color itself, and I'm repeating the same thing, creating little bigger dot in the center and then smaller dot around it to create the center part of the flower, as we did for the white flowers as well. So you can do the same thing. You can definitely go with different color for the center part, and then you can repeat the same thing throughout. Now I'm mixing yellow and blue together to have a nice green shade, and you can finish the yellow flower first because these are in a string, so we need some green element to create the center stem as well, wherein all the flowers are attached. So you can do that first with the help of green color, and then you can also add small leaf kind of shape in between these yellow flowers to finish this. So I think we are pretty much done. Now let's add some leaf as well. So for the leaves, I'm going to keep everything very simple. I'm adding more blue to make it more darker, and then I'm going to start with some wavy leaves. So for that, I'm moving my brush a little bit to have little wavy pattern around the edge, and then you can combine two strokes together, having fine negative space in between to create something like this. You can have bigger leaves as well, you can have smaller leaves, you can create different kind of leaf altogether, having different shades of leaf, totally up to you. So I'm creating little wavy pattern around the edge for the first kind of leaf that I have, and I'm combining two strokes together, and I like to keep little bit of fine negative space in between. If you want, you can also do it. So let's repeat it throughout in between wherever you feel like you should add. There is no rule as such for doing these kind of things, and keep changing the green shade that you have. So now I am adding yellow color to make it more yellowish green kind of shade, and this time I am creating little longer and wavy leaf. So as you can see, I am dragging my brush a little longer this time, and I'm also moving my brush a little bit to have a pattern around the edge. So this is the second kind of leaf that I have, and let's repeat it throughout wherever you feel. It is always important to understand where we want to end all these things, because we always end up having more and more, and sometimes we ruin our structure. So make sure you're not overdoing it, but keep adding until you're satisfied with your structure. So I think I'm pretty much done with this much of leaf, I guess. Maybe we can add little bit of foliage kind of pattern, like longer string kind of pattern around it. So I'm adding some fine element like these in between. And once done with this particular step, last thing we can do is adding little thicker stem or stem kind of pattern in between, although the structure is bushier, so there is no as such space for the main stem, but I think we should add little bit of brown texture and pattern in between these flowers and leaf. So we already have green color. If you mix red into it and if you mix more blue into it a little bit, you will get a nice brown shade which you can add in between these flowers. So I'm adding wherever possible, and that's it. This is the last step I really want to do for this particular greeting card. Now let's write something into it. So you can start with the help of pencil first, because my handwriting is not that good and I'm not sure how I'm gonna write it. So I always prefer to write with the help of pencil first, and then I trace everything with the help of pen. I think this is the easiest way to do something like this. So you can definitely do so. Just write anything, whatever you like, and convert this into a greeting card. And that's it for today's video. I hope this video is easy and simple, and please do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.